Welcome back, people. How are you guys doing today? I see we got Will Heck in the building. What's up, Will? Oh gosh, this is gonna be a great episode. Hi guys, welcome back to Gag Review by Zaydon. My name is Zaydon and I'm your host. And tonight it's all gonna be about what about your friends? I'm gonna have some special guests stopping by tonight. One of my really closest friends is gonna go live with me today. So we're gonna go ahead and start the show. Now I want to get into my first segment, which is gag confession. Um, Now I know that the previous episode we had a little bit of drama with Jay, and listen, I'm here to tell y'all it. It's really sad and unfortunate the situation that happened between me and Jay. Um, Jay says that he has a lot of respect for me, but he didn't call me at all. He didn't take the time to call my phone and hey and say Zaydon, like, what's going on. So you can't be a true friend to me if you don't call me. Um, Also too, like I know Jay through the internet. It's not like I've never hung out with him in person or been around him at one time. So it's not like I really know him. So it's sad and it's unfortunate. I know that I had 3 people unsubscribe from my YouTube channel, Jay, Ari, and someone else. So, I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but at the end of the day, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in and truly. So, just stick around for the journey and then we'll just keep going from there. So tonight I have one of my special guests come on. His name is Will Heck. He is a rap artist. He is phenomenal talent. I mean, he's genuinely the nicest person. Sometimes I feel like I wish I can have his demeanor and how he reacts to situations because me going forward, I feel like when someone tries me, it's like, oh, I got to give it to him. But sometimes I need to take a chill pill and just calm down and realize like everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. So yeah, let's see. Bring on Will. Will,
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
what's poppin'?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Living, trying to take it a day at a time.
How you been? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on?
Just work, man. Always working on something. You know what I mean? Whether it's the job or the music or stuff. How's
Absolutely, I
everything?
agree with me. Everything's going good. I told you I got a new car and
Congrats.
I got thank you so much. I got one job. I'm like, dang, should I get another job?
I mean, if you got time
and,
for it.
and then I'm looking for an apartment soon. So hopefully that's in the works. I want to stick to Orange County because I'm already out here. So it's like my job's around here, and so why you don't like Orange County? What's wrong with Orange
Too quiet
County?
for me. I'm a city kid.
Well, you know me. I love Hollywood. I'm a city person too, but I like it to where I can be in Orange County, but I can still live my life in Hollywood. That's where I truly want to be.
Yeah, I feel it.
So,
Have a balance.
absolutely. So let's go ahead and get into some questions, Will. So first off, I want to let the fans know. Go ahead and tell the fans a little bit about yourself who don't know you.
I'm from North Hollywood. I'm a rapper. I've been doing this since I was like 19. I used to be a dancer, but that didn't work out. So I just pretty much focused on making music and starting up my own record label. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm just always working on new music and working with new artists. And it's about building and collabing and just, taking it wherever it can go, take you, honestly. Just maximizing on the opportunities.
Absolutely. And so for the fans that's watching, Will is just being a little bit modest. Will is a talented rap artist. I mean, he has lyrics, he has bars. I think when I first saw Will, I was like, I was at the spot in Hollywood. He got on, he had this song called Bad Boy. And when I was like, dang, that song is catchy, it's melodic, like, and I honestly I was drawn to the song. And I was like, dang, I gotta work with this kid. I have to, figure out how I'm gonna get him on one of my songs. And when I tell you, talk to people that's watching right now, like you are extremely talented when it comes to rapping. Not only that, your whole demeanor and how you move about things. Lately,
Right.
Will, I'm gonna lie, I've been getting a little bit of trouble online with the people
Come on, man.
because they be trying me, Will,
Can't
and
let
I
these
just
people get to you, dog. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you got to think of it. People will say what they want to say because everybody, especially when they're online, everybody has an opinion. And online, people feel like they're untouchable and that they can be like, "Oh, well, you're trash," or whatever they want to say. But the best rebuttal, just don't say nothing to it. You know what I mean? Because you keep if you don't show them that they're getting under your skin, it's not going to do nothing to you. You know, it's not going to do nothing but make them shut up. That's how I feel.
absolutely, I agree with you. And like going forward, I'm not gonna like go back and forth with them because sometimes I'm a human being too. Like my feelings get hurt.
Yeah,
And I just be like,
that's all.
why are you trying to come after me? Like, I work hard to build my
Right.
brand and build my business, and for somebody to talk shit about me, my label, or friends, family, or anybody
Yeah,
that I work with, I have a feeling like, oh, I gotta take you down
but that's
because
gonna
they don't
happen.
know.
But
Hmm?
that's natural. You know what I mean? Like it's like I told you when we were in the studio. At the end of the day, everybody got something to say.
Mhm.
So whether you're doing something right, whether you're doing something wrong, everybody has something to say. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's gonna be said. You know, whether
I
you're
agree
paying
with
attention
you.
or not, it's gonna happen. But whether you pay attention to it is on you.
Absolutely. I need Will Heck as my therapist because I be having issues and I be like going off the deep end and I be like, oh, motherfucker's gonna try me. So Will, before I go ahead and talk about your new album that's out, I think it's Rep My Mind Volume 2, is that right?
One, volume one,
Volume 1. So
volume
then
two is not done yet.
we'll possibly have a volume 2 soon. Okay. Before we talk about the album, I want to just ask you some couple of questions. One of the first questions I'd ask is what first got you into music?
Uh,
Was that your
you know
dad?
what? Yeah, so my dad makes music, and my aunt and uncle used to be singers, part of this group called 10dB. So just growing up, I'd always listen to their music, and I'd go with my dad to the studio and stuff like that. So the funny thing is, I actually tried to avoid making music because I was like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm copying what they're doing. And after a while, like I was dancing and stuff and playing ball, and I was like, you know what? I was like, music is like what I want to do because I feel like I'm good at it. It's a passion, you know what I mean? So you find out that you love something, you want to do it.
Oh, go ahead. Well, keep talking. Are you there, Will?
Yeah, hold up.
There
Sorry,
you go. No, go
someone's
ahead. Keep
FaceTiming
talking.
me. My bad.
It's all right.
Someone was FaceTiming me. My fault. But no, it's all about following your passion. So with music, I just decided like, okay, I like to write, so I'm like, let's get in the studio, let's try it out. So I did that, and then I just found out that it's something I love to do. So it's just I've been following it ever since.
Absolutely. And you've been doing music for how long now?
Since I was 19.
Hey, that's what's up. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, Now the music that you're making, Will, how would you describe the music that you typically create?
Ah, I definitely would say it's more so just raw hip hop because
Mhm.
it's all about a vibe. Like I'm not talking about dealing drugs and killing people. And if you listen to it's funny because anybody that listens to my music, if you pay attention to the words I'm talking about, if you hear me say, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot you" or something like that, I'm talking about with words because I feel like words are the most powerful weapon we have. And if you're really trying to attack somebody, you're trying to make a move to make a statement saying, like I'm the best, or that I'm here to compete. You do it with your words, and sometimes you do it with writing. So that's how I approach it, and it's all about just making sure that the listener can relate, and that you can get a mental note and a mental picture of what I'm saying.
Absolutely. That's actually a very great way to put that because a lot of people thinking just because you're a rap artist, you gotta be shooting and killing and beating
Right.
bitches down and going to the courthouse
Right.
and
It's like,
jail
oh,
and
I've been to jail. I'm about to murder somebody. Oh, you're cool.
you
It's
gotta
like,
maybe
nah,
commit
like,
PPP
chill.
fraud loans and shit. It
Right.
just be a whole situation. Can
Exactly.
you tell the fans a little bit about some of your influences? that influenced you as an artist?
Influences an artist. I'm definitely a huge Chris Brown fan, so that's number one.
A huge what fan?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. Love Chris Brown.
Sure. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Because in my opinion, Chris Brown is the most talented person we have in our generation. Like, the older generation got like Michael Jackson, Jay-Z. We get Chris Brown and Drake. You know what I mean? Because what they do it's insane. So it's all. I take inspiration from everywhere though, because I've listened to all types of music like Temptations and Metallica. I love Metallica and like Isley Brothers, Jay-Z, stuff like that. So I pull inspiration literally from everywhere. So
I like that. So is it safe to say if you had to collaborate with an artist, would it be Chris Brown or who would it be?
hands down, hands down.
I think actually you and Chris Brown would do pretty good. Y'all both can dance. I'm not really a dancer, so I got to get a choreographer and learn the moves.
One of these days you'll get it.
Yeah, I figure, if you want to be a triple threat, you got to learn all three.
Yeah.
Would you say that Beyonce is bigger than Michael Jackson?
No.
Okay. Is she getting close there though?
Nope.
No. Well, like, come on, Beyonce. She's she's the Michael of our generation. Wouldn't you agree?
No, she's not. Chris Brown is the Michael of our generation. Beyonce is more like the Prince. You know what I mean? Because Beyonce is you know what? Beyonce is like Tina Turner.
Tina Turner?
She's like Tina
in what
Turner
way?
and Whitney Houston put together, because it's like she could put on a show. You know what I mean? But the way, I don't know, bro. Like, because I feel like you can't really compare a lot of people to Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Because you don't have a lot of people that, no matter what age they get, they're still out there doing it. You know what I mean? And you have like Chris Brown putting out 2 40-song albums, still out there putting on a show for people, like dancing and stuff. Yeah, Beyonce can put on a show, but she ain't doing that no more. You know what I mean? She only releases an album whenever she's like, okay, I'm bored, let's put out an album. Like, nah. Because, I mean, let's be real, bro. She married Jay-Z. She doesn't have to make another record ever in her life.
She really doesn't. I mean, that's a power couple.
Because it's like, what do you have to make music for? You're married to the richest man, one of the richest men on the planet.
And I feel like they both elevate each other. I mean,
exactly.
Without Beyonce, Jay-Z ain't nothing, and without Jay-Z, Beyonce ain't really nothing. They both
exactly. Especially with what Jay-Z's doing with the whole like the criminal reform and everything he's doing besides music. You know what I mean? Because he's all for being a businessman, making music a business, not being in the music business. You know what I mean?
So how do you feel? So how do you feel about Jay-Z selling Tidal?
I think it was an interesting move, because I remember reading up on it a little bit, and they were saying that his reason for doing it, he was saying that it's going to provide a little more opportunity because of who he sold it to. He's just like, okay, well, this is going to open more doors for the artist. Because I have my music on Tidal, but even from an artist perspective, it's hard to function because you can't upload like your own picture. You can't do none of that without paying for a subscription, which is like $60 or something like that. It's a lot. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, but Spotify has apps like Spotify for artists, and Apple has apps like Apple Music for artists, stuff like that, where Tidal doesn't have that. So maybe with the whole sell of Tidal, it might be different,
Yeah, academic says that it's what he did was a bait and switch. He bait us all in.
I feel like academics is full of it, honestly, bro. That is me.
A lot of people
watching the stuff he talks about online, I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, you're just a DJ. Just be quiet.
I agree with you. So let me ask you a question. Do you ever watch the Joe Budden podcast?
I haven't.
You haven't? Okay.
Honestly,
so you don't know.
The only podcast I really watch is what's that one called? It's with AD. No Jumper.
Okay, I've seen a couple episodes. Gotcha. Now, I just can't keep up with you these days, Will, because you're all across the country. performing. You're over here in Texas, and you're over here in Hollywood, then you're over here somewhere else performing, and you're overseas probably gonna be performing soon. It's like, dang,
I wish soon.
I gotta get a whole private jet just to keep up with Will Head.
I mean, you might
But
as
I
well just
noticed
come with me, bro.
that part.
Just come with me.
That's the ultimate goal. I see that you do perform a lot of music, and I wanted to know, like, what's your favorite song to perform?
It's actually a song I haven't put out yet. It's called "How I Do It."
I haven't heard How I Do It, have I?
I know. I haven't. I played it for you in the studio, but that's
Oh,
one of
you
the.
have?
Yeah.
Oh, well, sure. I need to hear it again because
That
I think
song, it knocks, bro. Like that song is so dope.
I think I need to listen to that again. So you say you have this label. What's the name of the label that you're trying to create for the people that's watching right now?
The Dweeb is called Dweeb Team Music Group. So it's because like I'm a huge nerd. That's just me personally. So growing up, I was always like, I didn't have many friends, but I was always like a talented individual. So I would always write or dance or, whatever. So I ended up starting a group with like some close friends from college, and we called it the Dweeb Team because dweeb is another word for nerd, which means you're not cool or whatever. But because apparently back then it was not cool to be smart, like that makes sense. But whatever. So I just pretty much took the concept of being not an outcast, but being someone who's looked down on, but you have all these talents, so you're trying to rise up. So that's pretty much where the concept came from.
I agree with you. Um, so I kind of find it hard to believe, Will, that you didn't have any friends back in school because you're such a likable person that
I'm a
I
lot
don't
different
see
now.
Will. When I see you, I'm thinking, okay, he was probably a jock in school. He was probably a popular kid. He probably had a lot of friends.
I
And
have
so
one
it's hard
friend.
for me to.
I have one friend.
So let's go ahead and talk about friends real fast. While we're on this topic, a lot of people are giving me a lot of flack lately, Will, because a person that I knew, people get confused about friends, coworkers, and people you
And
know through the
acquaintances.
internet, and
Right.
people you know through the internet. So people give me problems. Okay, saying like, "Oh, you're friends with people," when I haven't even met them in person. I
Right.
haven't never been around them. I don't know where their house is. I just don't know nothing
Right.
about them other than what's through the internet that we do. And
Right.
so, this episode is all about what about your friends, because people thinking, I have a very small circle and I really want to hang
Right.
around people who do what I do, who want to be in the industry, who are hustlers. I don't have time to hang around people who are broke,
Aren't doing nothing with their life,
who
just sitting.
complain, who don't go out and make things happen for themselves, and they want things to happen for them. Like when I wanted fame, when I wanted success, I went out there and I took it and I grabbed it by the horn. I didn't wait back and sit back and say,
Right.
"Oh, I'm going
Exactly.
to sit in my
Because you
room.
got to do it.
I'm going to wait for someone to, discover me and give me fame and success." No, that's not how
Right.
the shit. And so, yeah, because people have been giving me problems about that. I also wanted to talk about, your creative process. Will, can you tell me about your process when it comes to creating music? Because I have a way when I work, but I want to know
Mm.
what's your process when you create music. Do you go with the writing first? Do you listen to the track first?
I always listen to the track first. The track has to speak to me. It has to be a point where I hear it and I can visualize the song. I come up with the concept and then I just sit down and write it. It's not. I don't know. It's like I have to be in the zone. You know what I mean? It's just one of those moods you get in. And you're just like, okay, I'm gonna write a song. I can knock it out in like 5 minutes or like 2 hours, depending on what the song's about. If I have to research anything for the lyrics and stuff, sure, and just stuff like that. So
Absolutely. Because every artist has their process, and I feel the same way. When I hear a track, and if within the first minute or two, if I don't start thinking of some lyrics or a
you going
catchy
to the next one.
concept, then I don't connect with it. And I'm moving on to the next track.
Right.
I'm actually, I told you this, but I mentioned to you. So I'm going to get this last studio session together, hopefully next month. I just been so busy trying to work and live on the outside and make things happen for myself
I feel
that
it.
I've been pushing it back. But
Yeah.
I'm going to finally get it together. But I wrote this new song. It's called Superman, and it's about trying to like save yourself, but trying to at a point where you trying to do better in your life. And
Right.
Beyonce has a song called Superman. I was like, damn, I fucking
So
know a
does
person.
Eminem.
So it's okay. So it's Eminem now, and I know Superman will. So it's a great time to write a song called Superman.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be displaying that track in the album soon with you recently. Going on to my next question, Will, I want to know what would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career? What do you see yourself?
Honestly,
Is
probably
it there?
the same stuff, working, hustling, probably still playing basketball.
Mhm. Now I
Because
know
I
you
mean,
said you used
what's
to
up?
be wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah. Okay.
That's your
So
passion.
I was playing ball in college, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a pro ball player. It didn't work out, and then I recently took the firefighter exam, and I passed. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna be a firefighter. But then, just financially, it wasn't a right move because I couldn't afford the EMT classes that come with it. But I mean, if maybe later on down the road, once I have the money together, I'll probably do it. But the money now is more focused on just bills and other stuff that I need to move throughout everyday life. It's and invest in my music and stuff like that.
I think people. It's great that you say that because I think people don't understand how sometimes because we both live in LA and LA is extremely expensive.
Yeah, and they think we
Just
got
like
money all the time.
oh god, that's like my family. If they think I'm the fucking ATM, call me all the time for money. Like I'm fucking Chase Bank. Like no, I
Right.
have a job myself. I need for you to go out and
Like you
work those
couldn't
like
be more
hours.
wrong.
So I definitely agree with you that now. Um, I wanted to also talk about what is your most useless talent that you have?
I
What
learned a
talent you
bunch
sell?
of rap lyrics
You learn a
for
bunch of
no
rap
reason.
lyrics?
Yeah, a bunch of like random rap lyrics for no reason.
Actually, that's a good
Highly,
skill
highly
to
useless.
have. That's actually a pretty good skill to have. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, Now recently, Will, I was at your album release party for Rap My Mind Volume
Right.
One, and I would have to say I was very impressed when I came to the venue.
Thank you.
But you had all your people there, like everyone was coming out. I was like, wow, they're showing a lot of support to Will. And so
Could
I
have been
wanted to,
better. Honest, a
I wanted to,
lot of people dropped the ball.
you think so?
I know so. Because
Okay.
if I reach out to you and say, hey, can you bring 10 people? I'll let you perform, you bring 10 people. You say yes. That means I expect you to show up with 10 people.
10 people, not 9 people.
That doesn't mean you show up with your ride and that's it. Don't talk about, oh, my people are on their way. Nah, dog. I told you to tell them it starts at this time, not a minute later. None of that. And then don't back out last minute. Because I had one artist that was supposed to perform. He didn't even call me. He didn't even call me and say, hey, yeah, I'm not going to make it. Nothing. I waited till the day of, and I was like, okay, you know.
So what's up with these artists who pretend to be artists, but then when you give them an opportunity to be an artist, they don't fulfill their obligation?
Ooh, um, I feel like a lot of people are just taught. You know what I mean? It's like they want it. They don't want to put the work in. That's literally with anything, though. Like a lot of people say there are a lot of this, but no action because it's easy to say, "Oh, I want to be the best at something," but what are you doing to get there? Or where's your mind at to say, "Okay, I'm about to be, I'm about to blow up because of the hard work I put in, not because of the words I talk." It's like you have artists that pay, you know, hundreds or thousands of dollars for promotion, but still don't get nowhere. You can get like a million plays on Spotify, then have 400 followers on Instagram. Like, it's like you have to put the actual work in. You can't expect it to come easy. And that's what most people want. They're sitting there with their hand out, expecting you to do it for them. It don't work that way.
I agree with you. I agree with you all so much. So I want to dive into this one last personal question before we talk about
What's
Rap
up?
My Mind Volume 1. I want to know for the fans that's watching, what is the most trouble you've ever gotten into? Have you ever been in trouble, Will? Because you don't seem like you ever got in trouble before.
I got in trouble so many times. It's not even funny. The one that I think stands out the most is I it was actually the time I didn't even actually do anything, but I was in tons of trouble for, I guess, just being black. I was working at Abercrombie and Fitch, and they arrested me because the manager told them I was stealing money from the registers and stuff. They tried to say I stole like thousands of dollars in cash, and I was like, okay. So they
Wow, are you
came in
kidding
and arrested me. Yeah, they came in and arrested me. Went to jail. All that. I was on probation. It was wild, bro. Like it was an experience to where I was like, okay, maybe I should just move differently in life. You know, like obviously I didn't do it wrong, anything wrong, but it was just it makes you think.
And I feel like sometimes they do profile black people and they think, oh,
All
we
the
all
time.
still, we all
All the
have to
time.
be this and that and do this. And it's like, no. So I know you just shared your personal story. I'm going to share one of mine. Make this quick.
Yeah, go
One
ahead.
time when I was in college, I went with a friend. I was living in Texas. I went to the 6 hours by the border.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point was we're just going to pick somebody up, take them to Houston. They're going to pay us $4,000 just to bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I didn't really know the full story, but when I got to
Right.
the border, we picked up two of these girls and we put them in the trunk of the car, and we were driving back to Houston. And
Uh-huh.
so when we got past one of the checkpoints, I was, oh, fuck, the checkpoint people are here. They got dogs out. They got everything.
Right.
And I told the my friends I was with, I say, we need to have a story, so that
Right.
way when they pull us over, we have a story to collaborate with. She didn't want to listen, and she didn't want to listen to me. So when we get to pull by the top of the cops, whatever, they asked her, they say, "Where are you coming from?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm went to go see my dad in prison." And they're like, "Okay, what prison?" She couldn't tell them what prison. She couldn't tell them where she was coming from.
Come
And
on,
next thing
man.
I know, they had the dog come out, and she also had a dog in the car with us as well. So they had
Right.
a dog they started sniffing around the car, and the dog, I guess, was started barking or at the officers, and he sat down. And then they're like, "Man, what's in the truck? What's in the truck?" Meanwhile, I'm sitting in the passenger side, and I'm like, "Oh God, we supposed to go to jail for 20 years for smuggling immigrants across the border."
Right.
They said, "Man, what's in the trunk?" And so they sort of pull over. They open up the trunk. They're like, 42.3, 42.38. They open it up. They
Oh
close
no.
it down. They got both of us out of the car. They threw me in the glass box. They put her actually in the jail.
Yeah.
And they said, well, "What's going on?" And so she kind of confessed to them, told them, "Hey, we're just college students trying to help these people out." Long story short, well, they ended up taking her car. They left us with just our belongings and stuff, and I was trapped by the border for I think 3 hours. Well, it was 4 or 5 days, 6 hours by the border, and so one of our friends had to come pick us up and take us back to Houston. And I said to myself, never again am I gonna smuggle someone. Well, and the thing is, well, they were already in Texas, so it's not like I went to
Right.
Mexico to bring them to Texas. They were already in Texas, and so I said, going forward, I'm never gonna smuggle somebody across the border ever again. And
Right.
I'm gonna call my first mind because in the beginning I told her no, we shouldn't do this. But then and she was my roommate, and so I told her, I'll go with you and ride along. That way nothing happens to you because I would feel bad if you got kidnapped, killed. Who
Right.
knows. And so going forward, I said I'm gonna listen to my first mind. I'm never gonna do that shit again. But that
Right.
was a situation where I almost went to jail for 20 years for smuggling immigrants and a $250,000 fine. Thank God they
Okay.
left off with a warning, but that's something I would never do again.
Right.
So I want to move into my next topic, Will, which is going to be Wrap My Mind Volume 1. Okay.
Yes,
I have to say,
sir.
I'm very impressed as you as an artist. You have your music out, people are listening to it. And can you tell us a little bit about the album, what inspired you, and so the fans that's watching right now, where they can go listen to or stream the album?
When I started writing the album, the reason I came up with the name, it means different things because it's called Wrap My Mind. So it's like I'm pretty much wrapping my mind around reality as it is. Wrapping what's on my mind, and I'm also just speaking what I write. You know what I mean? And is one of those things where I was trying to figure out just where I was. So it just came to be. Honestly, it was a whole vibe because I just zoned out with the beats and just started writing songs. I had 24 songs originally, and then I decided to make it into two parts. So the first part is 12 songs, the second part is another 12 songs. So the first 12 songs are what I put out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, everything. If you type in Will Heck, it should pop up. Um, but yeah, everything else. Hmm? You can't park. Oh, go see if there's parking on the street, please. Um, but yeah, it was just one of those things where it just came to be based on I put the title together first, and then I just let everything else flow with that.
Now, would you say that you have a favorite song or two on Rap My Mind Volume 1 album that you love to listen to?
My favorite song is probably Old Soul because
I do like Old
it's
Soul.
the one. It's one of the few songs that came together just the way I had it in my brain. Like I got my friend to sing on it. We did the
Yeah,
harmonies and
Split.
stuff, and the way it's rapped is perfect. It's just all together. It's solid because with that song, I had to like sit there because every line is a reference to an old song like that I listened to growing up. So I got like Temptations references, or you got like Al Green, Isley Brothers, stuff like that. So it just brings it home. You know what I mean? Because that's who I am. Like I feel like I have an old soul as it is because just the way I think is I feel like it's different from most people, and that's what sets me apart in a way, you know. Hopefully,
I
hopefully you like that song too. What's up? You froze a little bit.
that song. I was actually trying to see pull up on YouTube right now.
Oh,
I
I can
want
pull it up on Apple
to see
Music.
if I can pull up.
Well, you want to pull it up and play it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, just for the fans so
Yeah,
they
I
can
got you.
hear a little piece of it. You're talented.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I was, but also is one of my really good songs that I love on the album. Like I think it's Bad Boy first, and then it's also
I haven't listened to Bad Boy in so long.
Bad Boy got like 70,000 views.
Man,
I think it's on Spotify. Or was it
Spotify.
one of the platforms? That
Spotify.
song got so many views, and when I put it on my platform with all my fans, I'm like, "Oh, I love this song. That guy's dope. Bad Boy, they got 18,000 views just on my page alone. So it's already
That's
a
crazy.
huge. It's a popular song, and
That's
I
crazy.
love it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You want me to play it?
Yeah, go ahead and play a little sample for the fans that's watching right now.
All right. Let's see. They say I got it no.
Oh.
I'll be bumping some Al Green, speeding down the 101. Listen to Rick James, let's have some fun. I be loving Mary Jane, like Peter Parker on cloud 9. Fighting my temptation, I'm Norris Bay with the tongue. I'm cruising them streets, Papa's got that brainy bag. Love and happiness all around, no need be sad. It's just my imagination that's running away. Turn the volume up and sing as a song to sing. Yeah, I got it, no show. Just start to clapping the hands. I can only dream about saying it loud with my fans. I am black and I'm proud. Right here is where I stand. I be fighting the power like I'm the neighborhood dope man. I'm soaked, man. It's a sweat. Sun shining on a lovely day. I ain't gonna fade away my time, so I stay. I be easing on down the road. I'm finding the whiz. Let the band start to play like it's Motown again.
I love that song, Will.
Oh, great.
I love that song. So all the guys, that's people that's watching right now, make sure you guys go out and you guys stream Old Soul, Will's platforms, YouTube. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, and support the artist because Will is talented and dope. I had one of my friends, the West Coast Belle. I posted you on my social media, and she was like, "Tag the artist. I want to follow the artist." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, Will's dope. You might want to follow him."
Right.
And so I want to go ahead and ask you some couple more questions and wrap up the interview. I know that you
What's
said
up?
you're working on Wrap My Mind Volume 2. When can we expect
I
this
don't know.
project to be out?
I have no clue.
Do you think
I
it might
still
be
gotta
next year?
Probably not. I still gotta write a couple more songs and just get everything, the game plan situated first, you know, because it's gonna be dope. It's a whole different feel than the last album I put out, because this one doesn't really have a lot of like club songs on it. It's more of like the laid back kind of music. So, yeah.
And I think people just don't know like the process.
It takes a minute.
It takes a minute, and like people like Zaydon, like you're this recording artist. We haven't heard none of your music, and it's like the music's there, but
Like,
it's
I
just
got
not
music
ready
out.
yet.
Go enjoy that while I work on new stuff.
Exactly. I didn't tell you, Will, that I had to freaking buy the rights to my name recently because I saw someone had put a like say that there was Zaydon and they had put out some music and I was like, oh fuck no. So I had contacted my lawyer. I have finally bought the trademark to my name, which is still in review. I bought it back in January 1st. It was like $450. But it's still going to the lawyer. So hopefully I'm thinking they'll have it finalized by July. That way I can wrap up this last studio session because I do have to do one more session to finish up. I think it's 6 more songs.
Right.
I stopped writing right now because I can't even keep up with the recording because I'm always writing a new song, writing a new song.
But just because you
So
write a new song doesn't mean you have to record it right away. You can just sit on it.
true, and I agree, and I agree with you because I'm like, dang, I gotta stop, and I'm doing so many different things now, and so I'm on Jason's show, and I got my own show now. I'm trying to, build my brand the best way I can. And so yeah, so this is Will Heck, guys, and I wanted you guys to make sure you guys follow him. Will, can you tell them your social media so they can follow you?
Yeah, it's if you type in Will Heck on like Spotify, Apple Music, my music will pop up. If you look on Instagram, type in Superman Will 24, or if you follow Official Dweeb Team, I'll make sure to like check on that and I'll follow you guys back too.
Awesome. And I see that you got your MacBook Pro. I need to send you the little links that I have to get rid of the people that don't follow you or you don't want to get rid of because it's a great tool. It's a great tool to have. I'm using it every day. Like I'm at the point where I think I'm 100 people away from 10K on Twitter, and so
Nice.
I'm pushing, I'm working up there. But I want to thank you so much for Will for stopping by my show today.
Yeah, no worries,
And giving me your time. I'm going to be in contact with you soon. I was trying to see if I can make because at the LA spot, I forget his name, but the owner of that place, he's
EJ?
having like
yeah, I'm performing there. It's on Friday, or it's tomorrow.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What time does it start?
8.
8, and what time does it end?
I think like 1.
1 a.m.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Oh shit.
But I mean, if you don't pull up to that one, I got another show next week on Saturday.
Saturday, what time? This Saturday?
Yeah, next Saturday from 8 to 10.
Next Saturday, 8 to 10.
Yeah, I'll send you the flyer.
Okay, yeah, send me the flyer. That might be better because I'm on the nighttime shift these days, and so my life is a little bit on the.
I'm on the night shift too.
I'm on the night shift. I don't get off too early in the morning, so if I come, I gotta go to the show for 2 hours and then leave and go to work.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Will, for stopping by the
Yeah,
show
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I appreciate you. Hopefully I can have you on the show in the future. And I want to say good luck to you in all your
Thank you.
success and fame. I know that you are extremely talented, and I just can't wait for what the future holds for both of us,
Appreciate it.
because I don't come across a lot of people in my life who are actually dedicated to the music, who are passionate, and who are driven. A lot of people say they're artists, but it's like, oh, but you're not an artist. I don't even
Right.
know you.
Right.
I
Exactly.
want to I want to thank you so much for being part of the show, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, man. Just hit me up. Just give me a call.
Bye, Will.
All right. Later.
Bye, Will.
Later.
All right, guys. As you can see, we have Will Heck on the show. He's one of my closest friends, people that I actually fucking know. So this episode is all about what about your friends, okay? So it's what about your friends? Are you gonna be around? Or will they turn their backs on ya? So that's gonna be it for this episode of Gag Review. Stay tuned for next week, where I'm gonna be debunking all of the fucking lies. So hopefully we'll get my CEO of Sprout Records on the video, and he can tell you all about the amazing label that he has. And so that way people can stop talking about it's a fraud and it's a scam, bitch. No, it's not a fraud. It's not a scam. So, da-da-da-da-dum. So that's going to be it for this episode of Gag Review. Stay tuned for next week. And remember, it ain't a gag review because Zaydon didn't know. Until next week, I'm out, little bitch. Bye. Bye.